Hello. So I'd like to share what one of my friends shared with me this morning. Or rather, I'll talk about it so I don't bug you with all the details. But it's a very interesting development. He said to me, Lawrence, he tagged me. He said, Lawrence, have you seen this? Haven't I always told you about this your Sowore? I just hope you won't say Hundane doesn't know what he's saying and then emoji laughing, you know. But to respond to him, I was writing the response, but I said, no, let's have some discussion. Maybe I'll also like him to respond, maybe talking about it. And I would like to be very emphatic that yes, or rather, no, Hundane is wrong. It's an emphatic no. He doesn't know what he's saying. Or do I say yes now? Either ways, I'm saying he doesn't know what he's saying, you know. But let's start with funding. Um, why Sahara Reporters has received grants from organizations like Media Network and Ford Foundation. Don't forget that these institutions fund hundreds of media outfit, civil organizations worldwide, many of which have even challenged some US policy, you know, some of the foreign US policy. So funding from these groups does not automatically equate to operational control of the intelligence of this outfit, especially because this what Hyundai Road lacks evidence. And for me, it's an attempt to manipulate the public. And secondly, let's look at Omeyele Shore's track record and independent journalism. I think he has said it repeatedly, and I've not heard anybody challenging that he brought the revolution to the media space in Nigeria. And I can say um, categorically that that is true. You know, with the advent, Sahara Reporters used to be the online news outlet where we all run to check what's happening, what has happened again, for a long time before the other guys sprang up, and the audacity, courage with which he was doing it, you know. So Sahara Reporter has a well-documented history of exposing corruption, abuse of office by the Nigerian elites and politicians. And he has done this consistently across party lines. So it's not about um, haunting the ruling party, no, or shielding the ruling party, or being the stooge of the West, like Hundane is trying to suggest. You Shore has, uh, for if Shore were a U.S. asset, let's say he that's what he represents. Hypothetically, will it not be illogical for him to antagonize every faction of the Nigerian establishment? The military, the police, the government parastatals, directors in different offices, even private individuals. So if he's really working for the US, that means he really wants to destroy the country. And if he's destroying the country with the truth, then that is positive destruction. So, and even the US, for the sake of diplomatic stability, will not want to have a plant like him. They won't have a plant like him because it doesn't make sense. You know, Let's look again at personal sacrifice and persecution that Omeyele Sowore has suffered. I'm sure that your paper tiger Hundain is writing from the comfort of his hideout. You know, Sowore has faced repeated arrests, detention, harassment by the Nigerians, especially during the Buhari administration. He was imprisoned for months. His passport was seized. As I speak to you, his passport is still with the Nigerian state. Intelligent plants are typically shielded by the state and usually allowed to operate freely. But Showe's treatment suggests the opposite completely. So again, when Shonda is saying that uh, the idea that only unfunded or underground state actors can lead real revolution. When he's saying that, he's just oversimplifying the whole concept of revolution. You know, at least as a very minute level back in school, this my friend knows how much we invested in trying to change the course of things. Wrestling power from people who were um, the the political godfathers of some associations. I don't want to go into details, but that's what Omeyele represents. These are all the things it's gone through. Right. So diminishing any funded actor as a plant, for me, is simply reductive. And you are only just trying to delegitimize honest commitments like what Shore is bringing to the table. And finally, they say he who is making claims must have proof. I don't know if Omeyele Shore will care to dignify Honda with a response, but I'll wait and see. Um, while I think Honda is provocative, um, at best, he's only